Welcome to In My Opinion for Killer is Dead.
Morning.
You play as Mondo, a man who loves his soft-boiled eggs and is an assassin for the executioner office. He has a cheerful, though sometimes annoying assistant Mika. His bosses are Vivian, the brains of the outfit, and the big boss himself, Brian. Through most of the game, clients come in requesting someone or something to be killed. It's up to Mondo and our tax-paying dollars to get the job done. Lucky Mondo is all about the job no matter what or where. There's an underlying plot going on about Mondo's past and what connection he has to the darkness. Sadly though, the details of these events are never really clearly explained. You're left yourself asking questions that you never get an answer to, which kinda sucks since I personally wanted to learn more. The game screams sequel, but sadly I know this won't happen. The game is an action hack and slash. You have a sword, which is your main utensil of death, and a robot arm that acts as a gun. You can also guard break enemies with your arm if they refuse to stop blocking. If you notice, there is a meter on the high right corner. That is your combo level. The way to increase this is to keep whacking your foes without getting smacked yourself, and to not slow down since it's on a timer. The higher it gets, the faster and nicer looking Mondo's attacks become, but more importantly, the more blood you get. The meter on the left hand side, the one with the roses, that's your blood meter. Blood counts for two things, one being your ammo for your arm gun, and second being used for what's called an adrenaline burst. The adrenaline burst allows Mondo to go into super mode and one hit kill enemies. However, each attack wastes one rose, and it doesn't work the same on everyone. Some enemies need to get hurt a bit before doing it. Mondo can also guard and dodge incoming attacks. Guarding at the right moment triggers a just guard, in which Mondo flips or smacks an enemy if they are trying to hit him even during a combo. Dodging just at the right moment activates a dodge burst, in which Mondo goes berserk and slashes the crap out of the enemy he just dodged. These two techniques are very helpful and pretty well done in the game and allows combat to keep flowing. Also, you don't have to worry about deaths too much, because the game has checkpoints and even 3 Mika tickets. A Mika ticket makes her appear and pound Mondo back to life at the very spot he died. Now that's a good assistant. When killing enemies, you may notice that they drop certain items. These items are gems, roses, moon crystals, and some weird blue shaped thingy. The weird things are health drops, while the diamonds and roses help level up your health bar and blood bar. The moon crystals are used to purchase all of your upgrades, such as higher attacks for guns, and even more moves to add to your moveset. You can check all of this on your status screen when you press the pause button. There are also moments in combat when after you kill an enemy, a wheel pops up. This lets you pick your item for killing said enemy in an entertaining and gruesome manner. You can also sometimes find these items by breaking objects that are around the game world. The game also has side missions and Scarlet missions. The side missions unlock while making progress through the game. These missions can be things like clearing out an elevator to lower the weight limit, or protecting a woman by using a turret. The Scarlet missions are unlocked by finding the sexy Nurse Scarlet around the stages. Sometimes she's pretty much right in your face, though other times she can be hidden well. Don't worry, if you miss her, you can always go back and level select and find her. Some of these missions are things like survive a barrage of bombs and other things for a certain time limit, or kill these bad guys with the bomb guys instead of your weapon. Both side and Scarlet missions can be fun, though while trying to get the highest rank, things can get a bit frustrating. The game also has a gift shop. In here you can buy outfits you unlock while playing the game, extra Mika tickets, or if you don't feel like collecting more roses, moon crystals, and health gems, you can spend some money on that. But most importantly, it's used to buy gifts for the lovely ladies in Gigolo mode. In Gigolo mode, you go on dates with these ladies. In these dates, your goal is pretty much to get them in the sack. How do you do this, you ask? Well, isn't it obvious? You stare at them with what basically is a pair of x-ray specs when they aren't looking to see their bra and panties. This in turn gets your guts up. After it's filled, you give them some gifts, though some gifts work better with certain girls. Once their heart is filled, you basically get them in the sack with a special loaded cutscene. Don't worry though, it's not full of nakedness. Heck, it's just bra and panties. Does this sound kind of weird and pervy? Well, that's cause it kinda is, though it's not really harmful. Just some dumb fan service that gave me a little chuckle. With Scarlet though, you just need to complete some of her missions to get your guts up for her. Now what's the benefit besides some fan service? Well, you get certain items from the girls, such as new arm upgrades. Now don't worry, if this ain't your thing, you don't have to do it to beat the game start to finish. It's just there if you're the type of person that likes to collect every single thing in the game. Now let me just say something for a moment. Don't worry, I'll keep the nice ladies playing in the background if you want to tune me out. When I saw the Killer is Dead reviews that went up, I wasn't bothered by the scores. No, I was more irked by the reaction of Gigolo mode, using such words as rotten. Look, as I said before, I admit this is a pretty pervy mode, but to be honest, I don't see the problem with it. This type of stuff is heavy in Japan media, such as anime. What also bugs me is that while reviewers freaked out about this, they didn't freak out about other games, such as God of War 3, where you have sex with a half-naked woman while two other girls watch, get turned on, and then go at it with one another. Where was the outrage there? Even Suda's other work, like No More Heroes 2, where there's clearly whacking off going on, shown by used tissues, which was used by our hero while he was talking to a girl. Where was the outrage there? It seems like at some point people are starting to get a bit more uppity about sexual subjects, even feeling that it's somehow degrading women. This was something that was bugging me, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. So now, back to the rest of the review. The game's graphics are done with cel shading. It gives the game stages and characters quite a nice look to them. The game's frame rate is constant for the most part, but sometimes during combat it drops, though it's more evident during cutscenes, where it seems the frame rate just comes to a crawl, which hurts the overall presentation. The enemies known as wires are nicely designed, ranging from average size to giant. The design of each boss you face at the end of the stages are also creative and sometimes grotesque, but in the good way. The voice acting is well done. None of the characters sound off, and each voice fits with each character. If English voice work isn't your thing, there's also an option for Japanese voiceovers.
Then there's no alternative to crossing swords.
Afraid not. It's all for the sake of the game.
Killer is Dead, while not being the best game ever, is still a good and fun experience. It looks great, it's fun, has enjoyable boss fights, and it runs okay for the most part. My main gripe with it is a lack of explanation and expansion on the story front, since you want to know more about these characters. The camera can sometimes be a bother, though it's rare from my experience. There is also no manual targeting system. These days, it should be a given to a game such as this. While the auto-targeting works just okay, there are times where it fails. It's clear a manual one would have been much better. The game is also pretty short. You can probably just run through it in a few short hours. Though if you're the type that likes to collect and do everything, there's still some meat left after you're done with the main campaign. You can even replay any stage in any order on hard difficulties. Don't forget, there's also the Sub and Scarlet missions. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this game, and for game's sake, keep gaming.
Killer is Dead.